Hey all, Blue Lion Man here. We're on the eve of the No Bollocks League 16th season draft. Every year I change the divisions up a bit. We have 4 divisions, 4 teams in each. Each division has 2 UK GMs and 2 USA GMs, as it's a UK v USA league. Every year I mix those divisions up a bit. So this is the video to do that this year. Trouble is, I wanted to use an online random generator. Trouble is, I don't know, because I'm not a computer expert, how to record the screen and have me talking in my mic at the same time. I don't even know how to record the screen, so that you could see what numbers come up using a random generator. So I've got to go old school. I've had to put my old cam on. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with a light, so this is looking dark. It's night time. My front room light's not great. I've got a desk light I've tried to put here in the corner. When I pointed it at me, it was too bright. Trying to bounce the light off the wall, it's lit me up a bit, but it's still not really very good. I need better. Anyway, without further ado, on the TFP forum, that stands for the fan pub, I have put up the teams and people's names this year. We've got 3 new players this year. We have Paul Luce. Forgive me if I pronounce anybody's names wrong, please correct me. We have Richard LeBounty. And we have Nathan Powell. You might recognise one of those names because Richard LeBounty has been in the No Bollocks League before and got himself struck out. But like baseball, he only got 3 strikes. So if you don't get 6+, you're welcome to go back on a waiting list and come back in a year, 2, 3, 4, whatever later. You're not banned for life. So hopefully Richard will pay a bit more attention this time. New this year, because I'm finding it hard to get people to respond to messages and vote in polls and buy into the league. Like at the moment I've got a poll up. It's been up a week. And it's about if we should increase the reserve spot. At the moment, we have 1 reserve spot in this league. I've upped it to 2 for this year because of COVID-19. You could have players having to go out and self-isolate. Could be a top star, could be a top running back like Shaquan Barkley or I don't know, Christian McCaffrey. You're not going to cut them into free agency, are you? So you need somewhere to put them so that you can pick up someone else temporarily until they come back. So you need a reserve slot. In this league, we only have 1. I've made it 2 this year, but we will go back to 1 next year unless some people vote in that poll to say that they want to up it to 2. I was actually proposing that we go up to 2 permanently, and if the poll had resulted before I draft, because I can't change roster positions after I draft, then we would have had 3 this year because I would have given the extra 1 for COVID-19. But only 2 managers other than myself have bothered to vote in that poll, whether it's because you're not getting the emails, because you don't know where to find the poll. I've put all the instructions on TFP in the forum, and I just wish all of you would have a read, and if you can't work out how to do something, contact me so I can talk you through it. Do a voice call or something on Messenger or WhatsApp, and I'll try and talk you through how you find these things. The only problem is I've got no experience with the fantasy app. I don't use it. I use a laptop or my home PC when I'm doing anything. So I only know how to use NFL.com from the PC. I don't know how the app's laid out. I don't know if you can find polls from the mobile app. I don't know if there's a poll message board on the mobile app, which is going to cause a real problem. Because this year, because of people aren't buying in to things, in all my leagues, not just this one, my International League, my No Bollocks League, my Real Team Allegiance League. This year, I've introduced strikes for polls. What that means is when I put a poll up, I hope everyone will vote in it, but you need to vote in it. And then under the poll, each poll has its own message board. If you go to the league's homepage, you scroll down to where the normal message board is. On the right, you will see the latest poll. It only shows you the most recent poll. But in the bottom of that poll box in the corner, there's a link that says more polls. If you click that, it opens up the latest poll in a bigger window, and underneath it is its message board. So you vote in a poll, and then underneath you type voted, post it, and then I can link the numbers it says are voted in a poll with the people underneath that said they're voted. If there's 6 votes in the poll, you should have 6 people underneath that say voted. And also, when you've opened up that poll page, at the top right, there's an arrow. And you can go back, pressing that arrow goes back to every poll that's been posted this season. So various points, whenever you're logging into NFL.com, I'm asking everybody, click on that arrow, go back, check you voted if you haven't voted, and check, more importantly, underneath that you've posted you voted. Because the new rule this year is after 28 days, 1 calendar month. 28 days from whenever a poll is put up by me, and it says the date and time a poll goes up, 28 days later or more afterwards, I will go back, I will look at these polls, I will screenshot them to save on my computer to put on next year's TFP rules for the way votes went. But I will look to see who's voted. Now, we're a 16-team league. If 16 people haven't voted, then anyone that I can't tell has voted will get a strike. So you might have voted, but if you forgot to post underneath, I'm sorry, I still got to give you the strike because I can't identify who hasn't voted. The only way no one gets a strike is if all 16 people vote. I don't need to go into any investigations. But it's because I want people to help me. It's a lot of effort and a lot of time running leagues. And I enjoy it. I enjoy playing in it. But I want a competitive league. And that's why I have the strike rule, because the only way I can keep people buying into a free league and paying attention is having these rules. Because any inactive owners or people that just give up and flake, you kick them out and you find someone that's willing to buy into it. And it's taken me many, many years, but pretty much all of my leagues only get the churn of 2 or 3 teams a year. But that is because I spend a hell of a lot of effort trying to get in the right owners that buy into the ethoses behind my league and give it their best. So that's why it's like that. Right. Jesus, this video's been 7 minutes and it was meant to be a quick thing. So back to this year's the way I do the draws for the divisions. I take a pack of playing cards and I've numbered the UK owners 1 to 8 and then also the USA owners 1 to 8. So I will do the UK owners first. Now, just as a little aside for myself, I'm a Detroit Lions fan. You can maybe guess, maybe not. This is a Tigers hat, by the way. Yeah, I know, but someone gave it to me once when I was in Detroit. I've been there. So, anyway, whatever division I get drawn in is going to become the North. It makes no difference to who's with me. Just anybody else that's drawn with me will be in the North. It's because the Lions play in the NFC North. So, my 4 divisions are North, South, East and West. Just every year, whatever division I get drawn in always becomes the North. It's not a big thing, just a little perk for me for all the time I do running the league. Okay, so that's it. Anyway, I'm going to read out the numbers now. Last year's champion, and this is hats off to this gentleman, although I'm not taking my hat off because my hair's really messy, but Cole Fisher. He's a UK manager and he has won 4 of the last 5 Super Bowls. So, he won last season. The season before, an American, Mike Delino, Fantasy King, won that one. But the 3 preceding, Cole Fisher, play your cards right, won them all. Then Mike won 1, and then last season, Cole Fisher won again. He is the man to follow in this. He's the man to beat, and he is responsible for so many UK wins. I mean, this is going into the 16th season, and the record so far stands at 12 UK championships and only 3 American ones. I originally set this league up to show that Brits could compete at fantasy football as well as any Americans. And I think that's been proved. So you need to up your game, Mr. Americans. Anyway, so quite rightly, Cole Fisher is number 1. So he's going to be number 1 from these playing cards. I'm number 2. That's the British Bulldogs. Number 3 is Rich Lease, Vlad's Impalers. Number 4, Tony Ham, Chargers Go. Number 5, Jed Bradshaw, Poor Boys. Number 6, Lee Pearce, London Falcons. Number 7, Douglas Hay, McBear's Bears. And number 8, Tyrone Webb, the G-Men. So, here's all the cards. I'm going to give them a bit of a shuffle up. It's hard when you've only got 8 cards. Oh, where's the cam? Right. Now, just as they come out, the first two will be the first two UK managers in the first league, the next two will be in the next league, and the next two and the next two. And then I'll shuffle them all up again, and we'll do that for the Americans. Just so I remember where I am, and to make this video quicker, I am going to just write down the numbers as they come out, but not all the team names and everything. It'll just be quicker, but I can then marry it up with the thing that's on TFP because all the numbers are listed there. So I'll call it out. So the first card out, first UK manager is number 8. That's Tyrone Webb. So number 8. I'll put that down there. Right, the next one out is 7. Oh, I hope he's not coming out in order. That's Douglas Hay. And the next one. No, number 1. That's Carl Fisher. I do not want to be in his division, but here we go. Number 4. Oh, it's not me. Tony Ham. Chargers go. Next one. Number 3. That's Rich Lease. Vlad's Impalers. Rich Lease. I should have been putting the initials down. Next one. Number 5. That's Jed Bradshaw. What's his team name? Poor Boys. And the last division is going to be number 2, that's me. And number 6, which is Lee Pearce, London Falcons. 6, me. And, no, 6 was Lee Pearce and 2 was me. Happy days. So, that's all the Brits. Just put the initials down. Should have done that as what's going along. Right, so that's all the UKs. See, so you can see. Sorry about my poor handwriting, but I've just got the people's initials there. So I know what to put them in. And then we're going to have the USA in the next column. So, USA. Give these cards another shuffle up. Oh, Jesus. Maybe I should use a whole pack next time. And then, you know, you just keep going until you get the number you need, until it comes out. And all the other ones you don't use, like the King, the Queen, the 10, you just throw them to one side until they come out. I'll be easy to shuffle them then. Right, here we go. So, in the first division, which is going to be along with Tyrone Webb and Douglas Hay, it's going to be the American number 4, which is David Landers Dilforce. So, number 4, DL. Next American in that division, number 3, Mike Delino, Fantasy King. And then the next division, which is going to be with 1 and 4 from the Brits, which is Carl Fisher, last year's champion, and Tony Ham. So it's going to be American number 6, which is Paul Luce. And American number 8, which is going to be Nathan Powell. 2 completely new managers for this year. And so the next division, which is going to be with Rich Lease and Jed Bradshaw, are Americans number 2, which is Bradley Rose. Arian Foster Care, his team's called. And American number 1, Brian Lassiter, Dark Knights. Which leaves the last division, which has me in and Lee Pearce, is going to be with Americans number 7, Richard LaBounty. And number 5, which is Rick White, Rick's Rampage. So, there's all the initials. I will now post this video on TFP. It's gone to 15 minutes, which is ridiculous. And then I'll go and edit the divisions, because this has to be done before we draft. And then also this year, I will go and randomise the fixtures. I'm not going to edit them and make sure we all play each other twice. I'm just going to go into the commissioner settings. I'm going to find randomise the schedule, hit it, I don't know, maybe once or maybe a couple of times, and then just that'll be it. Because I don't think you can do that. I tried in the past year to do it post-draft, after I draft, and it doesn't let you change anything then. So that's why so many of these things have got to be now. Now, if any of you see this in time, and you go and vote in that reserve poll, there is a link on the message board, but I told you how to find the polls. If you could all go, there's 2 polls up at the moment. The other one's about when we should have a draft deadline, or if we should have one at all. If you could all go and vote in these polls and post under each separate poll's message board that you voted, it would really help me out. And if everybody votes Saturday morning or Saturday afternoon, I'll have time, if that reserve spot poll has all 16 people voted in it, if there's time and people vote for the extra reserve spot, I'll do that. But it won't let me edit it once we've gone into our live draft. After that, it's too late. We have to wait till next year. So if everybody votes and everybody wants the extra reserve spot, go and vote in that poll for it. And if the poll has all 16 votes, people have voted, even the new managers, you're welcome to vote in these polls because you're part of the league now. You get to decide on a trade deadline. You get to decide on an extra reserve slot. Vote. And if the poll's finished in time, I'll do it now, straight away for this season. So that's it. Please vote in the polls this year. And just for the newbies, to remind you, the other way you pick up strikes is if you win your match, don't worry about it. That's fine. You get away with it. But if you lose a match, I go back the following week and I check people's rosters. And if you have anyone that hasn't scored points, I find out why. And if they were cut on injured reserve or ruled out before their team's actual game day, you get a strike. If they're ruled out on the game day, that's a pass. That's just unlucky for you. You could have been busy, didn't catch it. But if the news is up there the day before the game or earlier that a player was ruled out, not going to play, then you get a strike. The way I do that is whenever you go into people's rosters, you can click on a player's name and it brings up a player card. The top right of the player card, there's arrows that let you go back, and all the news that's published, it's usually by Roto World. It tells you a date and a time when Roto World published this information, and that's when it was publicly available. If you went and looked for it, found it on NFL.com or somewhere else, and I use that date and time to decide if you get a strike or not. So if the date is posted before the player's actual game day, so like the news might have come out on a Saturday, game's Sunday, or the news might have come out Sunday and the game's Monday, you get a strike. The news came out on the same day, you don't get a strike. So, and it's 3 strikes to lose your spot for next season, and if you get 6 or more in a season, I look to replace you straight away, and you hit the permanent ban list. So anyway, that's it. 18 minutes. You've had to put up with my British accent and me babbling on, but I hope you all have a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy the season. And yes, I want the UK to win another championship, but I'd rather it not be the same fella. No offence to you, Cole, but we've all got to up our game, you know. This Arizona Cardinals fan, he's obviously knows his mustard. So it's for us to beat him. Anyway, I'm just glad he's a Brit and not a Yank, because we're 12-3 up, you know. What can I say? We're a small country, but we're better at fantasy football than the home nation is. See you later, guys. And go Lions. Come on, Matthew Stafford. You can win us a Super Bowl. Forward down the field, a charging team that will not yield. And when the blue and silver rave, rah, 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 rah. I can't remember the rest of the Lions fight song. That's embarrassing, isn't it? But it's been a while. Ciao.